Okay, here with Ian Whitten ahead of the game against Ulster. Obviously, for you, another special occasion with your home province in Ireland coming to Sandy Park. How much have you been looking forward to this game, probably since the end of the last one?
I suppose you do look forward to it. A lot of people coming over as well, friends and family to this game, so it'd be nice to play in front of them and again play against a few of the lads I used to play with, so. It'd be weird that way. It's always a wee bit weird, because you probably know a bit about them and they know a bit about you. So, but I'm sure it'll be a good occasion. Both teams will go for it, so hopefully it'll be a good match and good for the fans.
Obviously, it's a pressure match anyway with the situation in the pool and what have you. But taking that away, the fact that you've got friends and family coming over from Ulster, and you mentioned they're your old mates and what have you, and it's the first time they will have been here to Sandy Park to what is your kind of new home. Does that add pressure to you, if you know what I mean, in kind of that sort of way?
We obviously want to go well, but then you want to go well in every game, so it's no real difference, obviously playing against as well people you used to play with, also you want to do well, you want to show them you've improved as a player that way, and you want the club to do well, the team to do well. We haven't, like I say, won a European game this year at home, so from that point of view, lost a couple of tight ones, we should be looking to lay down a marker going into next year and lay down a marker for the fans about how much Europe means to us.
Yeah, I was going to say, because top in the group is pretty much impossible. Second place isn't out of the question, but to do that you must win on the weekend. So it's obviously a big game from that perspective. Are you still thinking, never mind qualification, is second place in the group something that you guys still targeting?
I suppose it is in a way, but again, it's completely out of our hands. So we can't really be looking at the group table and thinking, we can do this, we can do that, because that's relying on other teams. All we can do, is go out and put in a real good performance against Ulster. Show the fans that it means something to us, and look to right a couple of wrongs from earlier on in the group at home.
Indeed, and obviously. You talk about right and wrongs. Do you feel there are a few to right from last week as well against Saracens? Because obviously, if you would have said to somebody after 10 minutes you're going to be playing against 14 men against the champions, you'd have thought, happy days here. You should be able to do it. But fair play to Saracens. They did kind of play very well. But is there a disappointment there as well?
Yeah, well, obviously they're a tough team and they can play tight rugby very, very well. They're a big, heavy team, and they can do that really well. If there's one team that can go down to 14 men. And deal with well, it's probably those guys. But having said that, we were sloppy in the second half in a few areas. First half we were good. We got the lead, like you say, we're down to 14 men. And just we slipped off a couple of things in the second half. Probably that'll be disappointing for us, because the win, like you say, the win was there for us, and sort of let it slip through our fingers a little bit.
So I guess you've got something more to prove this weekend, as you said, your home game anyway. But the fact that you want to show people that you don't want that to happen twice, so to speak.
Oh yeah, it's like any game at home. You want to pitch up for the fans. There's plenty on the line. There's always something to play for, and like you say, you want to show that the shirt means something to you. So I'm sure we'll play with good intensity on Sunday.
Well, we talked about the European games. You talked about the fact that it hadn't been a great European season so far, and people will look at the game against Claremont as kind of almost a reset point, as it were, with the result that happened there. Looking at the side and the way you're playing at the moment now, compared to how you were maybe against Ulster and in that kind of earlier European section a couple of months ago, how different do you think the side is now, kind of in terms of the way it's playing?
I think we realised, after the Claremont game, there needed to be a step up in intensity about how we approached things during the week and how we approached the match. Obviously, Claremont really low point performance for us, probably the worst of the season, and I think we just realised after that we need to make sure we got our attitude right towards things, and we fought and scrapped for everything, especially defensively, because a couple of times defensively early on in the year we probably weren't, we didn't fight and scrap right to the end. That was a wee bit unlike us, because that was one of the things we sort of prided ourselves on last year. I think we'd sort of slipped off that without realising it, and I think the Claremont game, at least it made us realise that probably we could have got a 2 or 5% intensity increase, and that's really helped us going on, especially in the league games since then.
Exactly. And a victory of Ulster, what sort of a boost does it give the side going into this kind of new year and, you know, what is still going to be a pretty difficult period in terms of games and the ones you're facing coming into kind of the league as well?
Yeah, well, obviously we've been doing well. You know, we've got 11 points out of our last 3 league games, and they were all against tough sides. Yeah. So you know, we're fairly happy with that. But obviously now we've got Ulster and Clermont in the European Cups. I mean, you know, that's two teams with great European pedigree. So you know, it's great challenges. You know, we've got to look at it as a great challenge. It's a great challenge for ourselves as players and for the club. You know, it's great to be playing against teams like that. So, you know, we've got to embrace it and aim to show the best of ourselves.
Fantastic.